Good day, folks. Welcome to a Florida Cemetery channel. I'm a Florida Golden Girl, your host. Today's travel adventure, we're at the NASA Visitors Complex, but I thought I'd do a separate video. We're going to go into the gift shop. I've been here a long time ago and I got some really cool stuff, and I thought I would bring you along. Let's go shopping. So they've got anything from Kennedy Space Center. Now, it's been a long time since I've been here. And then they've got NASA, bags that you could carry stuff in, like a man purse or a lady purse or... So their sweatshirts, it's $34. And then, see, I kind of like these. It's a little, the material's really light. And so this one is $79. And guess who decided he's going to bother me?
Yeah, they moved it outside the space shop.
I'd like to welcome you, my sidekick, or my former, as my co-host. Good afternoon, co-host.
I am the co-host, but I will soon be the former co-host because I better not say. I'm kidding. So, yeah, they moved it all outside. You were right. It's not in the main.
When it comes to shopping, I know where things are. Okay, let's continue. So, the quality of this is pretty good, and they want $29, but... And then if you want NASA hats or a NASA thing, now this would be cool. I like that. I would buy that, but I don't need it. And so I like, this is the stuff where it says NASA. Look at that. And then the price on these is $47.50. Now, I think they're short because they'll write up with wear. This is an extra large. I always buy one size up. But see, that's like, I like that, but it, they don't take into consideration people don't like to show their stomachs. And then you got some more of the NASA merchandise, which I prefer. So you have water bottles. Some of this could be great birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, or the like.
Barbie doll, I want that.
And then they got little purses. And then the price of the purse, $32. You really need to have a big budget if you want to shop here. That's okay. Now they have some items on clearance. See, it says clearance. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I do not, well, the sweaters are on sale, and they're $64, but the problem is, here in Florida, you don't really need anything that thick. So they have Atlantis, and then, now I kind of like that, but see, this is what I'm looking for. See, I like that. Wow, extra large. Always in my, see, and then that's $29. That's really not too bad. And my favorite color's white anyway. Well, it's red, but. And then they've got little, whatever. I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, it's a keychain. And that's $9.85. And then you've they've got, nobody here would be, and that's 14. So I mean, they have some merchandise here. But like I said, I like these because it sort of makes more sense. And then they've got these, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. Oh, but who wants that nonsense on the back? And then they've got coffee cups, and that's $19. And then they have different ones, different stuff. And then if you want the belly button ones, no, I'm too old for that nonsense. Okay. And so if you want posters, they have some really cool posters. They have patches here and pens. So if you collect patches or pins, these would make nice gifts. And then, so I'm trying to think. Oh, so I think this is a magnet, and they want. I have a magnet, but it's a NASA magnet. I have no idea what these are. Are these? I think these are just coins. And then they've got stickers. And see, look at the globes. If you want any of these, they want. Who really wants that overpriced stuff? And then if you want some of the smaller stuff, and these are actually framed. And they're the various launches. $44. Which is not bad. They're already framed. Now see, I kind of like that. And that's signed. And so these are various patches, again, of the various missions.
Posters!
Oh, that's an old one there. Okay, so. And then over here, this is. So they have some of Blue Origin. We rock it every day. I don't like that.
I think you should get one of these long.
And then they've got the various mission ones if you want Falcon, SpaceX. Those aren't bad. And then if you want, now, if you want a lunchbox, they've got the lunch boxes. $30. No, thank you. And then when it says rocket scientists, I like that. Now, I like these. These are kind of cool. But if they had it in white, which they don't have, I would buy it. Okay, so they've got all different types of hats. And then this is another clearance. Well, look at that. That's a 2X. That's crazy. You could literally sleep in that.
$34 and $34.
Apollo.
99 cents. So you'll get.
So that's a NASA one, but it's a small. Oh, those aren't bad. Oh, this is XX? You gotta be kidding me. See, I'm looking. They don't. Oh, see, I kind of like those. This is a 2XL. Well, if you're up there, you can get some good deals, but that's a small. See, some of the ones I like. Let's. See, these are all double X. That's 2XL. It's double X. Medium. And the one. Holy crap, I can like swim in that. And then these are other. I don't like that. See, I like those NASA ones. The ones where it had NASA's Kennedy Space Center, I like those. But they're too freaking big. And they even have, if you want a Yeti. $140? They gotta be kidding me. And that's a real cheap material too, folks. Okay, so we're towards the front. And we're just gonna make our way around. That's evidently a portable speaker. And then we rock NASA every day. So this is different coffee cups. Made in China. There's no price on them. And then they have a self-checkout. I kind of like those. Oh, I like these better. No, I'm not buying one. I got enough coffee cups. This is $20. But that's not bad.
What size is it?
And then you've got other coffee cups here. Apollo. And then you've got, you want a regular glass. And then if you want something like that. And then if you want any visitor complex books, souvenir books are $10. And then they've got books here. And then Barbie.
Do you have all these cords and everything here?
And then if you want to, and then you've got more stuff here. Shot glasses, more cups. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the magnets. So, this is, I don't have that. I have the old one, the ones that had the NASA logo. And then NASA for lunch. That's kind of cool. Like, I nearly need any more magnets, but oh no. I like this one. I need my space. It's kind of cool. So they have some really neat magnets here. So that's like the one thing I collect. I have downsized and gotten rid of so much stuff. If you want a mouse pad, they've got those. No, I don't need one. Playing cards. If you want a snow thing, it's $4. It's the cheapest thing I've found here. And then they've got different plastic nonsense here, which I could tell you, I remember a time when that line used to be really long, everybody bought. But then they had really, this is still here. I bought one a long time ago, and then I got rid of it because I didn't see a use for it. And then they have the NASA type stuff, which is freeze-dried strawberries and things like that. Now, I like this. This is kind of cool. But they want $34. And I'm not into that. More shot glasses. More magnets. And then if you want lanyards and pin and stuff like that. And then the various symbols of NASA. So, and then if you want something like that. And then if you want snacks or space stuff, it's right here. And then they have the cheaper magnets here, the plastic ones and keychains. And so I don't see postcards, so they quit doing postcards. And then, no. Isn't that cool? But, and then if you want any watch bands for your Apple Watch, they have them here. And then, and so they have this tube. They have pens. And then they've got this if you want to take notes. And there's 3 of them, and they want 14 bucks, which is a really good deal. But who uses these anymore? And then you have that. And actually, if you want the special pens, they have them there. Those are bullet pens. They want 70 bucks for those. And then if you want, that's just a Visitor Complex coffee mug. That's a real glass. And then they've got the little shot glasses. You could actually probably put a candle in there. And then they've got, that's plastic. $35. Thank you. And then coaster, if you want a coaster. That's not a bad gift. And then they've got stuff upstairs, but. And then if you want to have a thing with if you want a NASA autograph, you can go up there, but it's going to cost you. No, thank you. And then if you want anything Artemis, this is new merch right here. So if you want an iPhone case that says Artemis on it, there you go. Again, no thank you. So, and that's limited. So you buy this and put it up there on eBay, you might get a hit. Now see, I like that. Not that nonsense in the back. And then you've got that. And then you got this. It's a plastic thing. If you want to stand that up. So this is it in a nutshell, folks. With various displays of different themes. NASA, Kennedy, then you got Kennedy Space Center. And then you do got a second floor, but all right, so let's go check out. And then if you want a hoodie, failure's not an option. All right, let's go check out. I don't need any pens, but I will buy some more water. Hi. Okay, so here we finish. Thank you for shopping at the world's largest space store, which is not true. If you want souvenir pennies, they have them there. The bus tours are for those that have done the, if you want to go on the Saturn V one, but I'm not into that. So I want to thank you for taking time to come along with us on our little shopping adventure. So long for now, and I'll see you in the next travel adventure.